CMPRadio.net. It's the station.
Yeah, they got it bumping.
What's up, everybody, man? It's your boy, Uncle P. If you would like to be a sponsor of CMPRadio.net, man, hit us up at info, that's INFO, at CMPRadio.net. It's the station.
Cultivating mature positivity. CMPRadio.net.
How you doing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Good Monday night. Another edition of Delco Sports 360 here on CMPRadio.net and the YouTube channel. We're live. And again, a special guest and a shout out to first-year head coach of the Chester High football team. And he does not seem nervous, even though there's a lot on you. Dennis Shaw. How you doing, Dennis?
I'm doing great, man.
Except for your voice, because you had your first practice today.
Yeah, I'm a little hoarse, but I'm here.
All right, yeah, it sounds good. Yeah, because I've actually had to broadcast games over the years with But yeah, you sound like Jim McFadden, the legendary Nether Providence coach back in the day. He had that voice all the time. But hey, did you just get you feel okay? It's just from. So what was it like today? First day of practice.
The first day of practice today. First of all, it was a great practice. We've been locked in for a while. We're about 4 or 5 months in, actually. So pretty routine practice. Of course, the guys coming out understanding it's the first day of camp. They were excited. Coaches were excited. So all in all, it was a great day.
All right, great. Now, you've been with the program at least as long as I've been the public address announcer, since 2015. Am I correct about that?
Correct. I'm going on my 9th season in total being in the program.
So am I. This is year number 9 for me. I moved back from Central PA summer 2015.
Okay.
So it was 15, 16. So tell us about what part of Chester you're from, family, your brothers, sisters, whatever. I like to get to the deep roots of people.
Right. Yes. Obviously, Shaw family is a pretty rich name in the city of Chester. Part of the family grew up Whale Pen Projects. Just coming up, we were more so Ridley guys, family, East Side guys. So pretty much all over. Chester's not really a side, but that's it as far as like growing up. We had a span out Sharon Hill where I was young, but also got some ties there as well.
Are you related to like Zane and Jamar? And
yes, those are my big cousins. Those are really the guys that paved the way.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So, all right, Dennis, let's talk about your coaching staff this year.
Well, pretty much we have the same guys. No one role has pretty much changed besides mine's going into the head role. We did add William Morgan. We call Billy Morgan. He's taking over my job for the running backs for varsity. Coach Lamar, Shaw, Coach Sam. Those are still my offensive and defensive coordinator and the position guys. Coach Junior Nelson, Coach Daki, Coach Baldy Robinson. all of those guys. Few I missed, but those are still the guys in the same position.
Yeah,
So,
great staff, and you're ready to go to a tougher schedule than usual this year. We'll get to that in a moment.
Right,
This
right.
is the one, I'll let you rest your voice for a second here, Dennis. 134th season of Chester High football. That goes back a long, long way. Again, Dennis in his first year. The last 4 years combined, Clippers are 29-10. They won the Spring League in 2021. We had a special Spring League because of they just canceled the season in the fall that year because of all the chaos or whatever was going on. So they played in 2021, won that championship. That was a lot of fun. Beat Coach Johnson. I like to call him the funeral director. That used to be his nickname back in the day. And Truman. And then a couple of years ago, a nice season. First round, though, knockout to Kennett, who was really, really tough. Then last year made it to a 10-2 record.
right.
Most wins. It's only happened twice. And that, the last time was 1986 with Coach Carroll. 10-2. Beat Marple Newtown in a great game. Low-scoring affair. Very emotional. And then a tough loss to Plymouth Whitemarsh in the District 1 5A quarterfinals. I'm taking for granted you are still 5A this year
Yes, we're still 5A.
because there's a couple of, they put the rankings out already. The Harrisburg
Yes.
Patriot put their preseason rankings out, so it doesn't has Strathaven teams you have to look out for down the road. You know, you're gonna have to run into Ruston. They're state ranked 5A, and Strathaven again among others.
Yeah, so those teams, I mean, we've been, like I said, we've been locked in, man. We've just been paying attention to where teams finished last year, what they have coming back far as productivity-wise. We understand that if we're going to reach our ultimate goal, starting with the district championship game, there's going to be some schools that are just historically there. They're just going to be in the way no matter how it pans out. And we're preparing for that moment. Of course, we have to go one game at a time, so to speak. But ultimately, where we see ourselves, where we're looking somewhat down the road, not overlooking our opponents, but understanding where we want to finish at. We've come across those teams, Strathaven, Ruston, just teams that finished like in the top 5 rankings last year. So
Yeah, Marple Newtown will be good again.
Yeah.
We may run into them, so we'll have to wait and see. But you have 3 really good 6A teams, bigger schools, on the schedule this year. You start this Saturday against Saturday, August 26th, Perkiomen Valley. Really, really tremendous program. I've announced a couple of their games when they've taken on Coatesville over the years. And then you have at Cheltenham, they were just in the state finals with Ryan Nace, head coach Nace, who's now Northeast High School, 4 years ago, Cheltenham. And then you have Downingtown West, a rematch from last year in October. So good stuff right there, let alone Phoenixville is going to be really good. Also, Phoenixville 5A basketball, keep an eye on them. I heard from their coach, he's ready to roll. Then you got the inner boroughs, and you got Penwood, and you got Academy Park, and Chichester always gives us a battle. So as you said, one game at a time.
yes, Del Val teams, like you mentioned, Academy Park, Penwood, Chichester, those teams, obviously, I don't want to say rivalry teams, but they're conference teams. So you pretty much always is going to get a tough battle. We fared out well last year versus Del Val teams. Understanding that everybody gets their run, and I believe that right now, as far as the Del Vals are run, that's no disrespect to any other team, but it feels like it's our time. Like if I'm not mistaken, we won the Del Val last year by a total of 134 to 24, as far as us versus the opponents. So we're looking to pick up on that same momentum and make up for some of the years where we were at the bottom of the barrel.
Well, one of the most impressive wins last year, I know they're 4A, but they were tremendous. Interborough, you beat them up
Yes.
pretty good. Abu Kamar, one of the top running backs in the country, going to Yale,
Yes.
and you beat them up pretty good.
Yeah, Abu is a guy. he's like a little brother to me. He trains with my younger brother, Dion. Yeah, man, Interboro's always a tough squad. Of course, we liked us going into the game, but we've all pretty much like admitted like shutting them out 33-0 and them ultimately going on to be 4A district champs, I want to say, or at least in the game.
Oh yeah, 4A district champs. Yes, and then they just ran out of gas in the first round of the states against Bonner. Yeah.
Yeah,
and I was pulling for Bonner to go all the way.
Right.
But the state's tough, man.
Right.
Private schools, public schools, especially at the small, even at the, hey, St. Joe's Prep lost to a public school in the state finals a couple of years ago. It can happen. Yeah. I know there's a lot of, about the transfer stuff. But anyway, you got some kids back, I heard.
Yeah. Well, we know the landscape of all the sports, football, basketball, whatever this case may be. We know how brutal this transfer portal can be, even in high school, with kids jumping around for reasons that they feel benefit them. So it's nothing wrong with that for the kid to feel like they're putting themselves in a better situation. But we've been able to get guys back who have branched off elsewhere, seeing guys like Isaiah Freeman, seeing guys like Dominic Toy, and just simply understanding that things can be done and you can achieve your dream football-wise right in your own backyard without mom, dad, whoever having a branching off to another school district, private school, paying their way. So it's a testament to where we've grown at as a program, and it's something that we really, really take pride in.
Yeah, awesome. I'm wishing the best of luck to Coach Taylor too. I know it's tough. It's tough when and I'm friends with a lot of the private Catholic schools, and they just love Chester athletes. It's just something in the water
Everyone
in this
does.
town. Yes, and it goes back 100 years. It
Yes,
seems.
yes.
And it's just it is what it is. So it's great to keep as many kids as we can, and we have a lot of guys back from last year. We lost some good ones, but a lot of guys back, and
Yes.
Dom Toy's one of them, 6'5", tight end, just committed to Connecticut. An emotional night where I was pretty cool, right in front of all of his homeboys and homegirls, I should say, too. And is it Hakeem Smith's house? Was it his house?
It was Dom's house.
So it was Dom's house. Hakeem, what a basketball player he was. He was a great, crazy man back in the day. He was awesome, Hakeem Smith. But anyway, that was awesome, man, that he was doing that. And tell us about Dom Toy. He is one guy I don't want to play against, but I want that dude on my team. He is, and you saw it in basketball and football last year, he's the enforcer. He protects his guys.
Yeah. So, obviously, being a 6'5" specimen that he is, most times it's hard for officials to officiate a guy that's literally blocking and going his hardest to the whistle. I know we tell kids, play to the whistle, but it's to a certain degree with a guy like Dom because, number one, his name speaks for itself, so he already has a name. So it's like everyone's alerted when he takes the field, and that's something that we're working on, trying to get him to channel it. And he's been better maturity-wise and understanding that, the target's always on my back. The eyes are always on me. I'm the biggest, strongest, fastest guy out there pretty much all the time, and everyone's watching me. So he's been a victim, so to speak, to some over-officiating, football and basketball, because I watch pretty much all the basketball games. We make sure our football players go support our basketball guys. 9 times out of 10, if you hear the ruckus in the crowd, it's from our guys. So we're there, we're paying attention, and he's been a victim of like over officiating, but it comes with the territory, and that's what I tell him. Like, superstardom is real. You gotta know how to wear the crown when you get it, and you also gotta learn how to stay hungry. Congratulations to the kid. Like, everything that he's gotten, he has literally worked for. We've had him since he was 14 years old, and believe it or not, it was a time when he was 14 where he couldn't even get into a stance. So everything that he's got and the player that he's become, he literally worked his tail off, training, weight room, on the field training, and went and got it himself. So testament to him and what he's done for not only our program, but for his peers. the windows of opportunity that he's opened up is just paramount to the young man that he is.
He's going to be wearing Dom Toy number 0. Actually, the Chester roster is pretty much it's set.
Yes.
And I think Peach Howard does all that stuff.
Yes.
What a great job.
That's my guy, Coach Peach, man. He handles all of that, man. He's a valuable asset, obviously, to the program. If he wasn't, his resume and his longevity in the program, like, it speaks for itself. So he's a valuable asset. That was one guy I wanted to make sure, regardless, I had around when I came into the role. And Peach is just a gem. He's a historian. It's like guys like that, you gotta covet and value those guys to the utmost degree.
And of course, he is the voice, longtime public address announcer for Chester High boys and girls basketball. Did some baseball this year too. And there's one game I can't make this year to announce. I have my nephew's bar mitzvah that day, but Pete said he said he'll take care of it. So there you go. But he did a game a couple years ago because my other nephew had a bar mitzvah. It was so it's Pete. He's got it covered. But what a job, Max Preps. And you have numbers. You have a lot of kids on the roster here this year.
I mean, winning does that. So we went from I want to say in my first couple seasons, probably tops 45 kids on the roster. That's freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. Now we're up to about 70 kids. Just coming out for the team, and like
you never know when you're going to be called on,
right?
In a game too. So can I run down most of the guys? I know it's a lot of guys there, because I want to try to give a shout if you can, because every kid, I love doing this.
I'll give you a brief overview of most of the kids.
All right. Quick. Okay, we already talked about 0 Dom Toy.
Yes.
So the big thing with Dom, and I know playing sports myself, and mostly street ball, basketball. There's people like to push your buttons.
Absolutely.
So you have to try to calm it down there. I should practice what I preach. But anyway, Larry McDaniel is number 1.
Yes, Larry is a guy. We're looking for him to step up and take major leaps this year. He's one of the guys in our running back. Right now we have literally a 4-man running back competition that has to be settled in a matter of a week and a half, and those guys have been battling, competing all summer, but more importantly, they have been making each other better and helping each other out. So it can only be an asset to the team this year.
Well, this is great we can do this, because it's going to happen, and it's great that Peach and you guys do the stats. Every high school football team and basketball team should do what Chester High football does. I'm just throwing it out there. And I know it's great. You have the stats updated as quickly as you can. And, yes, I know people know the stats, but they're going to know it anyway. They're going to see the film,
Yes.
But anyway, especially for like a broadcaster, an announcer, and sports writers out there, they love it. They love it, Coach. So Larry McDaniel, number 1. Number 2, part of the Twins, Deron Harris, sophomore.
Yes, Deron is another guy, obviously. He came in right as a freshman, is impressed. He's made tremendous leaps offensively as wide receiver, defensively as the quarterback of our defense, as safety. And we pretty much know what we're going to get from him day in and day out. He'll be a big-time Division I recruit. He's been on visits. He received interest from University of Pittsburgh, who's high on him right now.
Beautiful.
And it's just a matter of putting in the time in the weight room, getting bigger, getting on the right nutrition plan, understanding that your body has to look like a football body for him. But when it comes to playing the game, man, like his results speak for themselves.
All right, next up, number 3. What an unbelievable freshman year he had at quarterback. Sophomore has him at 6'1", 154. Jalen Harris.
Yeah, actually, Jalen's up to about $170. I want to say last time we were on a visit, he weighed in at $170, which is pretty impressive. But at the end of the day, another guy, he's a gamer. He's well behind his years in the quarterback aspect. He's also going to play in spurts some defensive back for us because he's really, really good. But with Jalen, it's just him understanding that he set the bar so high for himself that now only thing he has to do to supersede what he done last year. It's not about numbers. It's about winning. So go out there, win a district championship, make a state title run, and then now you've really emerged as a top quarterback in the state outside of the numbers. But the numbers speak for themselves. He was a first-team All-State freshman quarterback, the only All-State freshman in the entire state. So that speaks for itself.
Enough said. Unbelievable. We had Shamar Williams, number 4, on one of our shows last year.
Yes.
And he is only a junior. Tell me more about Shamar. How's he progressing?
Shamar's progressed. He's gotten bigger. His body has formed into a football body. He's going to be another guy at corner, in spurts, wide receiver for us. And just a lot of these guys, their experience coming back. So Shamar's going to be a guy for us as well.
Another guy that's played a lot. It's hard to believe. It just seems like it was yesterday. I was calling these guys fab freshmen. Number 5, he's a junior now. Nari Melvin, an unbelievable talent.
Yes, Nari, probably the most talented guy on the roster, pound for pound. He's came a long way in maturity. Me and him, that's my guy. We always go at it. But I can't, because Nari is probably the guy that I'm hard on the most on the entire team. So I got to acknowledge his growth and the positive things that he's been doing within our program. He's the guy that we're going to lean on, starting running back, starting corner. He's going to be a very, very impactful player for us, and our success is going to rest a tremendous amount on Nari this year.
If you're up to it, I'd like to get all. Is that okay?
Yeah,
of the
we'll
voice?
do a couple, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, let me know. All right, number 6. He got some time as a freshman. He's a hard hitter. He says he weighs 206. Jarrell Palmer.
Yes, Jarrell has been the MVP of training camp and mini camp so far. He's one of our do-it-all guys, and not just a do-it-all guy. He's impactful at whatever he does. So if you need him to play line, he's going to play line. I believe he's going to start on D-line linebacker this year. Not sure. We're still working on that. But Jarrell is literally a football player, and he personifies what it means to our guy that's going to take the field every single play and give you their all, not in a Rudy sense. Like, he's going to give you his all, and it's going to be to the benefit of the team. He's a gamer. He's going to dog you every single play, no matter where he lines up at.
Yeah, I saw that as a 9th grader last year. Number 7, great athlete, track and field star also, Kwamir Cosby. He's a senior.
Yes, Kwamir, a.k.a. Turtle. Turtle's a guy that we're leaning on a lot as far as his maturity. He's been in the program for 3 years. He's a senior. He's one of those guys, especially defensively in our secondary, that's going to lead our senior leadership. And we expect big things from him this year, and we'll get him. He's been impressive throughout camp as well, and he's learning the wide receiver role, but he's a flat-out burner. He's going to be the guy that take the top off the roof for us when guys believe that they're going to double-team Dom, which we're going to get. He's going to be a guy that you're not going to be able to guard him one-on-one. So he's going to be a guy for us.
Number 8 and number 9, they're sophomores. 8, Shadrach George, and number 9, Jayon Burton.
Yes, Shadrach is a guy that's played youth for us. He's a Chester guy all in all. He spent his freshman year at Bonner. He actually did very, very well on the freshman team. I think he was the MVP of the freshman team. But he's now back home. He's also going to play. He's a tremendous, I'm not even going to say on air, but Cedric is going to be a guy for us as well. He's mature beyond his years, and he's definitely a weapon for us. Jayon Burton, he's a guy that he comes in every single day and does his job. We're looking for him to take leaps. He's quiet. but we were looking for him to take leaps because he has a skill set. He possesses a skill set that we believe can give opposing team fits, but it's about getting him to believe it and him to be more vocal and assertive into a varsity football game.
Number 10 is Steve Dale Jr., who is a senior.
Yes, Steve Dale, SCO. He's another one of our guys. He's been in the program for, I want to say 4 years. But he's a guy, leadership. He's going to play all over the field for us, offensively and defensively, and he will impact. He pretty much knows that this is his last hurrah, and he's taking on the challenge of he's taking on the challenge of being a leader and being that team guy that's ready to plug in and do whatever we say at whatever position.
Next up, we'll go with number 11, Ronald Womack.
Yes, Ronald is, he's had a tremendous summer 7-on-7 season. He's a guy, you look at him in stature and you don't think that he's going to do much, but he's a guy that literally, he gets open. People can't guard him. He will be called on this year at the wide receiver position to make plays for us.
Going to take a break here. I'm going to give you can get a break and drink some water, because I think the kids love this kind of stuff. I mean, everything's on YouTube. It's archived. And got some time here. I want to talk about Saturday, September the 9th on CMP Radio. It is the 6th anniversary Black Tie Affair honoring community leaders. It's right here at our studios, 114 West 5th Street, Chester, right across the side of the post office on 5th Street. And it's the launch of the CMP Radio Foundation nonprofit organization. Tickets are on sale now. Thank you for that water, my man. The tickets are on sale now. Again, it's Saturday, September the 9th, 6 to 10 p.m. I know Chester High plays a football game earlier that day, so everybody can get out there, celebrate a victory. Tickets are $50 per person. And again, visit for more information, cmpradio.foundation.org to purchase tickets, cmpradio.foundation.org. Getting a lot of comments up there, and I need better glasses to see what they are, Coach. But anyway, it's a lot of positive stuff. So Dennis Shaw, first year head coach of the Clippers, their 134th season, and over the last 4 years, the Clippers are 29-10 and making more and more progress. And, you know, just like the basketball program, the goal in Chester, it's win the state championship. And we got to take more baby steps than the boys basketball, but you never know when it can happen, and you want to do this every year. So let's get more. Hey, this kid, number 12 for Chester High, as a junior varsity player, he made ESPN with an incredible catch. 5'9" senior, Corey Hicks. I know he's ready to go.
Yes. Corey is a guy who's broken out of his shell, so to speak. He'll be in that wide receiver role, that he's in that wide receiver core, and he's ready to step up and make a name for himself outside of the ESPN video. And he's a guy that we love. He's a program guy. And he makes us better all in all.
My comments, Umpa Abdul Wakil. Oh, there you go. I think that's him in the house here today. Thank you. Devin Freeman, my man, announced one of his semi-pro games this year.
My guy.
Nudie, there you go. Head coach Shaw, looking forward to this year. Is he helping you? Oh, he's doing the with Charles Thompson. Yeah. Let's see. Mark Kelly says, yes, sir. Devin again. And LaDante Bell, athletic director, did a great job as coach, 7 years.
Absolutely.
His mom, Marcella Rich, she's always fired up.
Oh, yeah,
she says, go Clippers, and congratulations on the gig. All right, now Corey Hicks, so after Corey, who's going to be a big factor, a sophomore, number 14, Damon Fitzgerald.
Yeah, Damon is a unique guy. He's another one that we've had since youth. He played with the Upland Hurricanes. He went and spent his freshman year at Cardinal O'Hara, where he started defensive end as a freshman, and he was an impact. He's going to make that same impact. He's coming understanding that he was behind in what we were doing because he transferred back in. Now, obviously, we already knew his skill set because that's just the homework we do on our guys within our youth. But he's going to be a guy for us, tight end, wide receiver, defensive end as well. He's also in a battle to complement Dom, right with the guy, number 15, that's beneath him, DeAndre P., who's another guy who just had a hell of a practice today. He looked like a seasoned vet.
He's a beast. I saw him a lot last year.
He's a beast. Whew. He's getting a lot of Division I interest very, very early just because of his body, his motor. So him and Damon are actually going toe-to-toe right now for that opposite end of Dom, who's going to be the guy that is freed up once they double-team Dom every single play.
So I bet you
because
DeAndre...
teams are going to do, and it's been a great competition. So Stretch, DeAndre P., we call him Stretch. He's a guy that has been up for the challenge. Him and Damon are going head-to-head right now, but they're both young. They're both guys that will start for us next year when Dom is gone, and it's a great problem to have.
Yeah, you do. And I know your voice. I appreciate you doing this, but you have an extra problem here. It's a good problem. They have all these kids to talk about. All right, okay, let's keep it going until you lose it. But you sound good. You sound good.
Right.
Jaden Holmes, he's a junior, number 16.
Yes.
Says athlete.
Yes. So Jaden will be another guy who does everything for us. He's another guy that had a tremendous offseason, 7-on-7 work, mini camp, training camp at wide receiver. He's really coming into that number 3 receiver role with Jaden. He doesn't have the experience right now varsity wise. He started JV quarterback and he killed it for 2 years. But he's really going to be that guy that I believe breaks out this year because no one's going to be able to guard him one-on-one. But for him, it's just about him understanding, getting the reps, and understanding how a varsity game operates. But he's going to be a big guy for us.
That's Jaden Holmes. Dondi Scott says hi. Says awesome show. Dondi, there you go. Let's see. Number 17, Jahir Blackwell, a 5'10 junior.
Yes, Jahir Blackwell. We call him VVs. He's another guy, a leader, not vocal at all, but he leads by example, and that's what you need in a program. He's going to play some linebacker for us, some wide receiver, some special teams for us. So he's also a guy that we're trying to get the break out of their shell.
Basketball player for Chester Charter.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Imoj Barrett.
Imaj
Barrett, number 18, 6'1 senior. And I saw you at a couple, with football, we have a co-op with Chester Charter. That's great. So I saw you at a couple Chester Charter games last year. He looks very athletic.
Imaj is the most athletic player on our team. He was another guy, late bloomer, if you want to say. He killed it on a JV circuit last year. Every game, every coach at the end of the game is like, why is this guy playing JV? But he's another one. He has moved into our number 2 receiver spot beyond Duran. He has earned it. He's another guy who's going to take the top off the roof. He's going to go up and get the ball. When we play basketball, like recreation basketball,
I think
he jumps out of the gym.
He had a dunk last year.
He's the most athletic player on the team, but now we're trying to channel that into a good football player, and he has been making significant gains.
Quelly Evans?
Yes, Quelly is another guy.
Number 19.
Not much experience, but he's going to be a guy for us. The kids look up to him. He's a leader for the program. He's the coach. He's the kids' coach, so he plays a role for us as well.
Jalen Harris is checking in. Nickel 9 Brown, his
son is Andre.
Yes, Andre Brown, basketball. He's having a great summer. Number 20, Zahim Sabri. He's a junior. Look at all these underclassmen.
We're young, man. We're young. Zahim's another guy. Had a good 7-on-7 off season. He's coming in, trying to fill his way, trying to find a role, understanding that his maturity needs to increase, and he's done it. but he'll see some time this year.
Deshaun Jackson, 21.
Yes. Deshaun is another Chester kid. He's a kid that we've gotten back. He's a running back. He's an outside linebacker. He's a smacker. He's a downhill runner. He's a home run hitter. And he's another guy that's in that 3-back, 4-back rotation that they're fighting for at that position. And he has lived up to the challenge as well.
Deshaun is only a junior.
Yes.
Next up, number 23. He's a junior, Trey Loman.
Yes. Trey's a guy that we've gotten transferred in last year from Roman.
All these kids left
Yeah, I mean,
for the private schools,
Yes.
but you got him back, though.
yes.
It's awesome.
So he's a guy, he's young, inexperienced, but he's going to play some DB for us. He's been coming into his shell. It was rough for him at first, just understanding how we do things. But it's been a good off season for him as well. Ultimately,
A junior, number 24, Julian Fletcher.
yes, Julian's another CCSA guy. He's going to compete for that tight end, sniffer, backup role. He's going to play some linebacker for us as well.
It's going to be so cool going to the game, seeing all these kids.
Yes.
You're going to have all these kids will play on the varsity?
Absolutely.
Okay, and JV, some of them,
Absolutely,
obviously.
yes.
All right, so there you go. Let's see, two ninth graders, Sire Hall, number 25, and number
Yes.
28, Zion Santana, ninth graders, and they're ready to go.
Yes, Sire is very, very, very good. Don't really say that about too many freshmen. Now, obviously, he has ways to go, but as a DB, as a corner, he has the length, he has the work ethic, and he has the size for a prototypical corner. He's going to be really good. He's going to play in spurts for us. He's a guy. He's also the sister. His sister is Shine Hall for the basketball team.
She's tough.
So obviously, and their older brother, Shaman Hall, was a player for us as well. So obviously he comes from a background of athletes, but I hate to say it, big brother and sis, Sire's going to be the best.
Nice. Okay, Santana.
Zion is he's a player. He came up through Chester Panthers, so he's one of Charles' guys. He's an animal. All right, with him, it's just coming in as an 8th grader, understanding how things work. He's still coming into his shell, being comfortable. But end of the day, he's a football player. We call him Ziggy. He's a dog.
Okay.
Everyone knows that. So
Number 29 is Johnny Hales. He's a senior.
yes, Johnny's another CCSA guy. He's a quiet guy. He's going to play in spurts at wide receiver. Inexperienced guy, but he's around every day. He comes, he works hard, he doesn't say nothing. So
Good, he loves
he's
the
a
game,
program
man.
guy,
It's
yes.
great. Just to be honored to be on the varsity team. You can't be, you have to work,
Right.
work for it. Number 30 is a sophomore. He has a great name, Nakai Green McQueen.
Yes, Nakai. Nakai is another
Nakai.
guy. He played down at 14 for the Panthers. He's an athlete. He just has to mature, like all of them do. But he's gonna play some JV for us, just to get the reps. He'll be a special teams varsity guy for us, and literally, it's for at that position, it's just about him putting in the work and earning his stripes.
Number 32, we used to have a Bree Davis.
That's his
now
younger
it's
brother.
Jabray Davis,
That's his younger
ninth
brother.
grader.
Yes, that's his younger
And
brother.
his sister's
Jabray.
a heck of a, she's going to O'Hara play girls basketball.
Yes. That's his younger brother. Jabray is another. He's coming into his freshman year. Another Panthers kid. He's going to be a player for us. He just has ways to go, but he's around the game every day, and that helps it.
All right, number 34, Jihad Boyer.
Yes.
Sophomore.
Jihad is a new guy. He's another quiet guy. He plays corner. It's just inexperience and playing a position like corner wide receiver. Most of these dudes, man, they're great guys. They're around every day. They just got to go through the ranks and understanding that.
We're getting there,
You're
yeah.
coming into a state playoff team, 10-win team. I got to earn my stripes. nothing's going to be given. And those guys have been brilliant. Like, obviously, they've not gotten the reps as much as everyone else, but they've been patient and they've been team guys.
35 is
Jamar.
Yeah, Jamar
Yes,
Herring Jr.
Jamar is another athletic guy. It's just he's young and he's going to get there. He checks off all the boxes athletically. He just need more reps.
36, Gashawn Katz. He's a sophomore.
Yeah,
Cates.
Cates is another new guy. Just needs to be around the program more, understand the game, understand the football.
Another sophomore, Milan Sudler-Jones.
Yup. Milan, another guy, younger guy, first year. They're around every day, needs the experience.
38, Wayne Clark,
Yes.
Jr.
Wayne is a guy that, you know how I said Nari is the guy that I give the most to. Wayne is probably that's 1A and 1B. We're expecting big things from Wayne. He's taken more of a leadership role and put a lot on him. He's the younger brother of Tylee Clark, who we lost.
Yes.
So
okay,
he wants to rest in peace to our guy. Wayne has come in with the motto that he wants to do everything for his brother. He's going to be a big role for us offensively and defensively. So we're expecting big things from Wayne, and he's been up to the challenge.
Yeah, I remember talking to Dad, and he said, well, keep an eye on my...
Right,
yeah.
right.
All right. You want to get a drink here?
good.
Coach? Okay. Number 40 is... Oh, no. Number 39, Yariel Ortiz.
Yes, Uriel is our guy. He's another new guy, along with 40.
Israel Hoy.
Those are new guys. They just got to put the time in.
How about these sophomores here? Number 41, Tyjon Walker. Number 42, Aline Giggets.
Yes,
Number 43, Zomi Hines Whitaker.
yes. Once again, newer guys. They're young. They're trying to lock in and show coaches what they can do. Those guys will be more so JV guys, just understanding that that's the opportunity to get reps and for us to get eyes on them and understanding their skill sets.
Yeah, so many guys on the rosters, but you have to, not deal with, what's the word? You have to, keep an eye on the guys and work with these guys. That's
Right.
the better word.
Right.
Work with these kids and show them love and, toughness and all that good stuff. Tough love
Yes.
because they want to get better and all of them want to play.
Absolutely.
So, all right, now we are down to Earl Fulton, number
Yes.
44. He's a senior.
Earl's going to be a senior. He's another guy. He's been around. He's mature. He's the old head of the crew. He carries himself in a way like he's the father of the program within the kids. But we're calling on him, tight end, defensive end, some tackle this year to have an impact.
50 is Isaiah Payne. A lot of great Paynes back in the day for Chester.
So he comes from that lineage. Al Payne, Aaron Payne, he's their younger brother. Isaiah was at Chester last year. We've gotten him back. He's a Chester guy, so obviously his family's Chester, orange and black. He's a dog. He's going to be on our O-line, D-line. It's a great acquisition that we've added and getting back. He's going to be an impact player, along with the next guy, Lemare Powell, up front, O-line, D-line, playing some running back, playing some up back, tight end, fullback role. He was, I want to say he was at Hershey Milton last year, but he started for us as a sophomore, so it was great to have him back.
Whatever you're doing a great job. These guys went. Milton Hershey's a good school
Right.
too. Yeah, I mean, a really good school. All right, now we're getting to the big boys,
big
and
guys.
that you win and lose games with
Absolutely.
these boys. Number 52, I can't believe he's a senior already. I know he can play Division I football. He's had some injury issue, or last year I think. Kyron Staples, I have him here at 6'3", 270.
Yes, Kyron is a guy. Kyron has the experience with him. It's about staying healthy. He's coming off of an injury from last year, ended the season on injury. We most likely, more than not, we're not going to play Kyron early because his role, we're stacked at O-line and D-lineman this year of where we've lacked that in the past. So we literally have about 8 or 9 guys competing.
Well, they all better be ready because
They're
you
all
never
ready.
know. They
They're
are
all
ready because you'll
so
say.
Kyron,
Yeah.
when it's all said and done, when we're in the thick of things, late October, early November, He's going to be there. He's going to be just like he was this past season. We're not going to get to where we want to go without him. So we're just giving him his time to rest, heal up. The rest of the guys, they made a vow to hold it down. And when he come back 100%, it's his time.
Number 53 is Waikee Riggins. He's
Yes.
5'11", 260, senior.
Yes, Waikee's one of those guys who stepped up O-line, D-line. He's going to be an impact player for us. He's another guy that's a dog. He's just flat out dogs, guys. So he's going to be a guy for us.
54, he's a senior, Daniel Rawlings, offensive
Yes.
line.
Daniel's a guy who we gotten. He was at Westchester East last year. We got him. He's a quiet guy. He's going to play some O-line for us. Experienced guy, obviously being a senior. Started for them last year. He's, like I said, he's a quiet guy, but he goes about his business in a way that he's just going to play.
55, Solomon Dodson is a ninth grader.
Yes. Solomon, he's young. He's a dog. He comes from a lineage of
CMP,
athletes.
Jean Pierre knows him.
He comes from a lineage of athletes. His mom don't take no crap.
Oh, there you go.
Immature. He's immature, obviously. Not in a disrespectful manner, but he's a freshman. He's a 14-year-old. He's another guy came through Chester Panthers. He's a dog. He's going to spin this year. He's going to be out there in the line of fire. But he sets us up nice for the future and also for right now as far as pushing guys that's in front of him.
56 is Judah Smith. He's a senior.
Yes, Judah and Trayvon, those are two linemen who's been here all summer. They're new, but they possess a skill set.
So they came in from somewhere else also.
Now those guys, they're just they've been in. They just decided to come out for football this year.
Oh, nice.
But
There you go. Good.
I mean, they can go. So
They got the technique and all that
They
stuff.
push that unit.
That's a Judah Smith, senior, and Trayvon Owens, senior,
yeah.
57. Number 58 is Alexander Morales. He's a
Yes.
junior.
Alex is another guy up front, offensive lineman. He's been around the program for a while. We're trying to get him to step up, stop taking a back seat, so to speak, and understanding that command and that you want to push those guys, and he's been doing it.
Damon Moore, number 59, is a senior.
Dolo's another guy. We call him Dolo. He's another guy that's going to push those guys up front.
Zane's been here, it seems
Yes.
like forever. Number 61,
Yeah.
he's a starter probably,
Yes.
right? Zane Tillery, he's a junior, and he weighs 310, 5'9". Just got to get him, tighten him up a little bit.
Right. Zane's come into the offseason. He's lost some weight. He's down. He's in shape. He's still carrying a lot of weight, but he has been our best lineman. He's going to play some center for us. Like you said, it seems like Tills. Seems like he's been around forever.
Well, a lot of these guys have started
Yes,
ninth grade. They
but
saw
he's
time.
a guy that came up through the ranks with us through the youth. So
What a great last name here. Number 62, Damir Frisbee. You know, of course, Frisbee's a big, goes way back. Like Coach Yarbray's, father and uncles, Frisbees, great athletes back in the old heads will tell you, the 60s and 70s. Damir Frisbee is a sophomore.
yes, he's another young guy, inexperienced guy, but it's going to help push the group.
Jerry Young.
Jerry is a pivotal piece to what we want to do and to what we're going to do. Experience-wise, leadership-wise, Jerry was the most improved lineman last year. He actually won the award at our banquet. With him, it's about his consistency. Trying to get him to understand he can't take plays off. And it shows because when you put on a film, which I've done for a lot of schools, you can see the difference from when he was trying and when he wasn't significantly. But he's a guy, him and Kyron at offensive tackles, that secures our quarterback in a way that you just don't get protection-wise. So he's a pivotal piece to what we want to do.
And with these-
he's been up for the challenge.
With these Perk Valleys coming in and down,
Yes.
you're going to be facing some, 6A
Yes, absolutely.
linemen coming at you. So, and we're getting there. We got the number 65, Isaiah Emmons. He's a sophomore.
Yes. Isaiah, along with Joshua Nicholson, those guys are new guys. They're also on the line. As you can see, like, bro, we're stacked at line this year, and it's beautiful. So they are younger guys.
Jalen Johnson is a senior, 270-77.
Yes, Jalen is also a CCSA kid. He's the most athletic out of all of our linemen. He'll be a two-way guy for us. He started last year.
Yeah.
Along with Kyron, Waukee, Joey. He sets us up nice offensively on the line. We're going to be stacked on the offensive line this year, man.
78, Shamaj Henry, sophomore,
Yes.
and then finally 79 is Josiah Bynum.
Yes, Josiah and Samaj, those are two new guys, new to the program. JoJo's not new to the program. He's been around. He's a Panthers kid. We're just trying to get those guys, like they're sophomores, preparing them for when their time comes, which will be next year, but also understanding that you're right there and pushing guys, and you want to fight every single day, tooth and nail with those guys in practice, because when it's your turn next season, you're pretty much not going to see guys as good as the guys that you went against this year in practice. So, and they've been up for the challenge.
So what do you got, one scrimmage or two?
We have one scrimmage. We're scrimmaging Emotep on the 19th.
Who is ranked number 1 in the state.
Right.
Even though they lost to Pine Richland in the finals, they are still number 1 in the state going into this year.
So we're gonna and we've competed with them against them in 7-on-7 and stuff like that. I have a pretty good relationship with their coaches. We're gonna come right out, man. We're gonna see where we at with it.
Yeah.
So, and what better way to see where you at early versus against a team who was just in the state final.
Yeah.
And a perennial powerhouse state championship team, Division I athletes all up and down their roster. We gonna see if it's real.
That's going to be not this weekend, but the next weekend. Imhotep scrimmage.
Yes, the following weekend.
Where's that gonna be?
The 19th. That's going to be home at our place at 10 a.m.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. Sounds good. And then the home opener. Are they the opener? Yeah, it is a home opener on Saturday.
And then following that, we got the home opener against
Perkiomen.
6A powerhouse perennial playoff team, Perkiomen Valley.
Yeah,
We coming right out, man. We gonna see if it's real. What they say.
Yeah.
We ain't coming out for moral victories. We're coming out to be victorious and put everyone on notice that, like, we're here. All right. So of course, the guys got to prepare, and they got to not just look good on paper. You got to go out and do it, and also to get the look and show those guys how teams that have arrived and pretty much set the standard and expectations for their program, how they do things, how they practice. Get a first-hand look at that, so that they're learning from people who have already accomplished where we're trying to go.
That's great. And you play your high school ball at West Catholic, and
Yes.
you were one of the best there. And how, in my post, I had a great article. How'd you end up at West Catholic?
I ended up at West Catholic. I was originally at Ridley. One of my close friends, Eric Brennan, he's now the head coach at Rowan University for basketball. He was an SKD guy when it was SKD.
Oh, nice.
He went to West Catholic. I was at Ridley. I was a freshman. I was playing freshman. Really should have been on varsity, but they saw my talents, came and got me. He linked Eric Brennan in the Brennan family. His dad, God rest his soul, they were a pivotal piece in me getting to West Catholic, and overall me being the man that I am today. And I talk to him all the time. His older brother, is assistant coach at Newman Goretti basketball, John Brennan.
Oh, John.
Yes.
John married a girl I used to announce her games on the radio. Steph Zayway, her name is.
Yeah, those are my brothers, man.
Steph, have you met Steph over the years?
Met Steph,
John's wife.
Yes.
And actually, she was in the Chester. She came down when she was in high school. Oh my gosh, what years are they? 2009 or 10. Chester Youth Interlock basketball event. So Steph was down there for that. So I've never met John. Though.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Steph, those are my guys.
Right,
those were my
from Ridley
to going to West Catholic.
And going to West Catholic there too. So the Burr, you played under Coach. I better say this right. Fluck.
Yes, Fluck with an L. Yeah, Ryan Fluck. Yes.
Can you? I know, but anyway, yeah, he's a legend also.
Absolutely.
All right, so Dennis, anything else you want to say here before you get out of here? I know you want the people to come out to the game this year, and it's a historic football facility, the A Field. It's been around since 1951.
Yeah, man. Pretty much, like, I don't think we have to ask our people to support. Like, everyone's seen the growth of the football program. We're still working. We're still grinding every day. The kids keep funneling them in. Like I said, most importantly, man, the main thing is getting our kids to stay home. And if they have migrated, getting them to come back. Of course, that comes with winning. Of course, that comes with the trust from the parent. Of course, that comes from results and giving these guys something to come back to, whether it's football-wise, academic, facility-wise, whatever the case may be. We have to work as a team and check off all of those boxes. And then, not saying that we won't have to worry about our kids going elsewhere, but you will see how the kids really don't want to, but in some situations, they have to, and I understand it. But more so for football guys, man, like, listen, we coming out this year. We're not coming here for no moral victories. We're going to win with class. The guys, like, they've been working their tail off from March until now. Training camp, like, we try to make it hard, but these guys are so locked in. It's like we can't even make it hard for them, really, because they know where they're going. They know what the condition it is. They're showing up on time. They're vocal leaders, and it's just a testament to the standard that Coach Bell has set in his years as the head coach and the work that the assistants have done. And the kids, more importantly, because we don't operate with them, if they don't buy in, it's nothing for us to do. It's nothing that we can do as coaches. So we're going to do great things this year. And, like, it's not by mistake. It may seem like it's going to be something new to everyone else, but this is what we've been doing. This is the groundwork. This is the foundation that we have been building over the past 5-6 seasons, and it's starting to feel like all of it is coming to fruition. And just stay tuned, man.
Yeah, one day at a time, and great that we could at least give the kids a shout here, and every kid matters on this team.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You need it's great. You have a lot of kids on the roster battling, and hopefully, you have to stick it out, though. I mean,
Yes.
you got to stick it out.
Yes.
And what a day to practice. It was very humid.
Oh, it was nice. Yeah, it was nice.
Everybody's losing weight on a day like this Monday.
Yeah,
So
it was humid out, but it wasn't 90 degrees. It wasn't extremely sunny. So when we came out for our first session, this is probably the best weather that we've had in the past 3 or 4 seasons at camp, on the first day especially.
Wow, nice.
No sun. Obviously, it rained a little early last night, but they got a treat. We used the morning, obviously, to condition, because we're not conditioning in 90-degree heat.
Right, exactly.
But we're preparing them to be the most conditioned team, understanding that week 1 is all about who's going to be the well-conditioned team, who's not going to cramp up, who's going to be the most hydrated, and that's how we're preparing our guys. Yes, X's and O's matter. Yes, Jimmy's and Joe's, the players matter, but ultimately it's going to be, the winner is going to be the team that is prepared for that first game, 11 o'clock on a Saturday, 80 degrees outside. That's what we're preparing our guys for.
Yeah. And okay, and real quick, I know you want to continue to the grades matter the most, so you're also doing that too. So that you gotta keep those grades up. Try
Absolutely.
to study, and just and I know you have an open door. But any of the kids want to talk to you and call you, and
Oh yeah. Man, we tapped in, man. Like as a whole, our staff, we tapped in with the youth, especially when it comes to football. Like we tapped in, man. We do this. This is what we do, and it's the results are a lot of what we do as a staff. It's not one guy. It's not an egotistical guy, and that's one thing I always say about Coach Bell. He was never the guy that it's me. He did a great job of putting guys in places and understanding what our skill sets were as coach and preparing me for this moment. So we stay tapped into the youth. We're down at the Panthers field. We're up at the Upland Hurricanes field.
Yeah.
And we get gains and we have a jump on these kids because we've either coached them or we've known them since they were 11, 12 years old. So parents trust us. The kids trust us. And obviously, you can't do nothing when it comes to the youth if the kids don't trust you. They relate to us. They understand that we see them as we saw ourselves 15, 16, 17 years old.
Right.
It's our job to make them better, but also understanding that we're not better than you guys. We've done some of the same dumb things that you do. So, and that has been where we've excelled as a program and has helped us out on the field. And we'll continue to do it. I'm not going to stop going to youth games because I'm a head coach. I was just down at every youth team's practice last week.
Yeah.
On our off week. It was our off week for coaches or coaches and players as we were preparing for camp week. But we in the lab, man. We gotta keep this thing going.
You're married, right?
No, I'm not married.
You have
but
girlfriend.
Yes,
You have to have a very,
three
like
kids.
my wife, you have to have a very understanding girlfriend. She understands.
And she's very supportive of what I do.
Right.
Obviously, with the time management, she's supportive. She's helpful. She's going to spearhead our boosters program this year.
Ooh,
and
good.
like, it's the support and understanding of the role that I do. She's been very helpful. So shout out to her, Rachel.
Where's she from?
She's from Springfield.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
She went to
yes.
Springfield,
But
Delco?
She works in this.
She plays sports?
She doesn't play sports.
Okay.
But she's understanding of
Right.
the time consuming, especially going into the role, and she's helpful. Team mom. So
Kids? You have any kids?
yes, I have 3 daughters.
How old are they?
Just turned 3, just turned 8, and I have a 12-year-old.
Oh man, okay.
Yeah.
Future
All girls.
all girls.
All
I
girls,
can.
yeah.
I had no
Of
kids.
course, yeah.
But that must be.
But I love it. It's nothing
Yeah.
like being a girl dad. So
And where do you live? What you live in Chester?
come on, there, Burman. I can't.
Obviously, you live right in Chester.
You hear me? Come on, bro. Like,
Well, I live in Wallingford, but I mean, you can actually coaches can actually live somewhere else. But I mean, you live.
We're around, man. We're around. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, okay. You're not. You remember? And it's funny. You're looking up those old Delco Times, Chester Times articles from back in the 50s and 60s. They would give where everybody lived, the players and the parents and stuff like that. It was crazy, man.
Yeah,
So I still got too much of that old school. They would put the exact address where the coach is.
Right.
So anyway, all right. Thank you, Dennis
Of course.
Shaw. Give me a fist
Of
pump,
course,
man.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all for the platform. Thank y'all for everything y'all do as a whole, CMP Radio. Y'all have been beyond supportive of what we've been doing. You guys have gotten a firsthand look at the growth. A lot of what we do wouldn't have been possible without the support of you guys. And I just want to tell you, or I hate the term, but I want to give you guys y'all flowers while I'm here face to face. And we appreciate y'all, man. Like, this journey is all of ours, and you guys have been a part of that.
Thank you, Jean-Pierre. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And Coach Shaw, thank you. Great. Hey, good luck.
Comments, everybody like, come on, man.
Please. What's that?
They talk about you, you ask where I live, everybody like, come on, man, you can't ask them.
Oh, but it's all right. But I know. Maybe not these days, but back in the day, it was like no. It was like oh man. But anyway, so thanks a lot again, and we will do this hopefully again once.
Yes, yeah,
I want to try to get some other coaches on the shows.
Mid-season. Let's try
Yeah.
to put something together for like mid-season, 3-4 games in.
Yeah.
Bring a couple coaches, couple players in. Fortunately, we don't have bye weeks, but at some point, definitely let you guys sit down, get in front of a camera, and let you guys hear their spiel.
Sam gets fired up, Coach Anthony.
Oh yeah.
I want to get Peach on the show sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Peace took it some type of way that you ain't asked him to come tonight.
What's that?
He took it some type of way when I told him I was coming here and you ain't reach out to me.
Anytime, man. Anytime I told Peach, because he's done some broadcast, obviously public address announcer and broadcasting himself over the years. All right, thanks a lot, everybody, our sponsors. And, of course, it's Delco Sports 360. I'm Dave Burman. See you in 2 weeks.
Exit 6, baby. Appreciate you.
CMP Radio.